I actually left college because I got accepted into Big Brother.
Which sounds like a bullshit story, because I remember you telling me this when we first met, and again I was just like, no, you're lying.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, so no one knows this. Well, some people know this, but
I know.
But yeah, you know this, but some people know this, but this isn't like a commonly known thing. But when I was at college, I thought. I basically went into YouTube because I wanted to be famous. Like, I just wanted to be known. I wanted to not.
Which I think is very honest of you, because if you ask a lot of YouTubers today, like, why did you go into? Why did you start making videos? They'll go, oh, because I just want to make people happy.
Yeah, no one
is honest, and they're like, because I wanted to be famous. I wanted to have money.
Yeah,
there's everything. All TV shows. What happened with Sam Bird?
Yeah,
going on Love Island.
Well, he's fame hungry as they come, but he'll tell you that.
Yeah,
like
he'll be honest about it.
Yeah, he would suck the dick of the devil if it gave him if it ejaculated fame into the back of his throat. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh my god, how long have you been saving that little analogy for?
I just thought of it, but I'm always thinking of the devil's dick.
Oh,
it's weird.
That's not going to be.
I'm going to copyright that trademark. It's quite good.
So you were accepted to go on to Big Brother.
Yeah. Because that's the thing I just want to say before I move on. I wanted to be famous, right? And I'm completely not that way inclined now. And I wasn't bothered about money. Like, I've never, which sounds mental. I love money. If you want to give me money, great.
Who doesn't love money?
But like Bobby Mister said, one of the only things I do agree with him on is money is freedom. Money is freedom. Yeah. And I love freedom, right? And that's proven in the fact that I can't, well, I could, but I don't work hard. I don't I don't do hard labor for a job. I don't want to. I don't want to get up. And that's why back in the day, I'd look at people that work hard and do proper jobs and almost think, look at them. Do you know what I mean? They're like as if they're nothing. Yeah. Now I look at them people as if they're everything, because they can do. You get up every morning while I'm still in bed, right? And so do you, Stevie. And you work 12 hours a day. And no, I admire that, because I'm too lazy to do that. So where I'll put myself down and say that, I'm clever enough that I've found avenues around having to do that for a living.
I think a lot of people would rather have your life.
For sure, and I don't take it for granted, and I am very, very lucky. But without wanting to run the risk of coming across like Bobby Mister, I don't care for money. I just care for having a life that I enjoy. Mm-hmm. Money comes with it, great, but that was never why I did it. So I went into Big Brother because I thought, I want to be famous, and I'm going to go in there, and I don't want to go in there and be like, it's me, it's all about me, but I'm going to subtly make it about me. So I am going to go.
You had a game plan, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be the most vindictive, cheating, obscure, weird guy that you'll ever meet. And not physically weird, but mentally a bit strange. Do you know what I mean?
A little bit physically weird.
Yeah, yeah, true. All the piercings and that.
The jaw.
Yeah, cheers, Stevie. So I what people don't know is when you go into Big Brother, before Big Brother goes on TV, they do a week's trial with actual people that apply through the traditional means. So I applied at Wembley. I went to the open day like every single other person there. Frankie Koza was there. There was lots and lots of people, and I went through the audition process. And then after I got accepted, they said, you're through to the next stage. There was so many phases. It was like getting into fucking Fort Knox or something like that, right? So it was like or Guantanamo Bay or something. I can't believe how many different processes there were. So I got accepted in. And then I went on to, I was in the bath one day and I got a phone call and they went, hi, you've been accepted to the next bit. I was like, fuck me, this is crazy. You need to come to London on this day, go to this Cafe Nero outside Shepherd's Bush, and you will be approached by a woman in a yellow scarf.
It sounds ominous.
Bullshit. It sounds bullshit, but this happened there. And then they were like, and you need to say the password. And to this day, I remember the password was candy floss. And I was sat there.
It's quite an easy one.
And it was a scorching hot day. And she come over and she just went, hiya. That was all she said. I went, hello. She was like, hi. So I went, candy floss? She went, come with me. Like that. And she
That's so cool.
But it kind of like took away a lot of the coolness about it. Because,
no, I think that's like, you're a spy.
But I'll tell you why. Because everyone in that Cafe Nero got up and come with me, and they were all the other applicants. So it was like, well, we're all here in the same place. It's not like you've gone one place to get me, then you've gone to another place. We've all just accumulated in the same place. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, so we had this like open day. Some people went through to the next stage, some people didn't. I got through, and then I had to go and see a psychiatrist to make sure I was mentally safe for it.
So he wasn't very good then, was he?
Well, why?
He
Oh,
let
no.
you on.
Yeah, no.
How did
But
that happen?
I told him all about the shit relationship I had with my mum and stuff like that because I wanted to give myself a little bit of angst and give myself a few.
So like an X Factor sub story.
Not so not so much a sob story, but like, look at me, I've got issues, but I'm not like I've got issues, but I'm not fucked up. I am fucked up, but I'm not gonna like burn your house down. Do you know what I mean? Like, so then one day I went back, got a phone call. You've been accepted for Big Brother 2012 or whatever it was. So I was like, wow. And I'd just broken up with my first girlfriend at the time. So you think you're in love when you're 18 or whatever you are. So I was depressed. I thought I was depressed. I wasn't, but I was sad. And so I was like, yeah, cool, let's do that. So it really took my mind off things. And I had to go to London, and I remember that was the first time a taxi ever had my name in the front of their car, like on a bit of paper. So I was like, oh, this is cool. I want a
This
bit of
is
this.
real. Now.
Yeah. And then the guy took me, and he took me down to Watford. And I wasn't allowed to tell the taxi driver what I was doing. They'd sent me an email with a specific thing that I had to say to people.
Mhm.
I went into this hotel
Can
room.
you remember what that thing was?
No, it was like I'm doing a video shoot for a music video or something like that.
Mhm.
And then we went in the Hilton hotel, and they took my phone off me at the door. And they took my laptop if I had one and all that kind of stuff. And I was greeted with a chaperone who was there to basically wait on my every move for every want and need for free. Not every want and need. Like, he didn't just jerk me off or anything. But,
You tried.
yeah. But so I was there for 3 days in the Hilton hotel with no access to the outside world, really. And we just stayed in this hotel. Then one day I had a code name as well. Yeah, so everyone had colours as their name because all the other contestants were staying in this hotel, but you weren't allowed out, so you couldn't see them. So they'd say, yeah, red's next door, you got orange across the way. I was lemon. I felt like I really got the short straw there.
They
do you know?
saw your hair colour.
Yeah, yeah, probably actually. I didn't think of that. But yeah, so anyway, they on Friday they come and pick me up, and they took me to Elstree Studios where they record it, and I had to sit on the back of this golf buggy. Went all the way through the studio. They went, go up the steps, and you're now entering Big Brother. And I was like, what? Because it's the middle of the day,
Mhm.
and I'd seen Big Brother. And people went in at night time, didn't they? Like, do you remember
With an
launch night?
audience.
With an audience.
Yeah.
I'm walking up the steps. There's no one there. No one there, right? But Big Brother had a tendency to play weird games, like mind games. Like sometimes they'd have 2 houses and stuff like that. So I thought, what's going on?
Thought you'd go in and Davina McCall was just there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, mate, I didn't know. So I just thought, right, I've got to do it. I've got to just take this as if it's real because for me, it's like the whole my manager thing all over again. You're in too deep by that point. You're there now going into the Big Brother house. How can this not be real? Like, I
Yeah.
don't get this. I don't understand it. But as the doors open, the big eye, there's a guy kneeling down, just hammering in some of the set. So I was like, this is weird.
Brilliant.
So I walked in. As luck would have it as well, I was the first person to enter the house. So they give me a task. Can Jack come to the diary room? I was like, this is mental. I'm looking around like, this is crazy. So I went in, and basically my task was, you're now going to be greeted with all of your house. You just look into this little webcam in the wall. But they were like, you're gonna meet all your housemates in a minute, and then you need to nominate 2 of them to be up for eviction on Friday, face to face. I was like, great, let's have it, because I wanted to cause friction and stuff. So I did that. But me and my dad, when we used to watch Big Brother when I was little, yeah, my dad come up with this good concept of what he was going to do. Do you remember Golden Balls?
Yeah.
Do you remember when the guy said he was going to steal?
Split or steal, yeah.
But then he split.
Yeah, the best one.
That was great, because that really
He
went
literally-
against the codes and conventions
Yeah,
of
he said
that
he
show.
promised to steal,
Yeah.
and then
The guy was like, why didn't you just split it with me then? Wasn't
yeah,
he?
He was like, yeah, and he was like, I'm gonna steal just to give myself kind of security, and then I'll half it with you afterwards.
Yeah, and then they revealed it, but he actually had split, hadn't
Yeah.
he? So then, so my dad came up with this concept for Big Brother, and I said, if I ever go in there, I'm going to do that, and I done it, right? And little did I know, just to jump the gun a bit before I go back to the story, because I know the podcast's getting on a bit now, but I thought this could be being broadcast, and they've told us it's not being broadcast, and that's
so
the
they
thing.
say that it's not being recorded, but it actually is.
Because Big Brother had gotten to that point where people were playing up to the camera
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So how about if we tell them they're not? So I thought maybe I'm out here to the world. Like, I don't know. So I played it exactly how I wanted to play it had I actually been on a proper broadcast show. But so what I done, yeah. So when you watch the show back and it goes, would so and so come to the diary room? They only verbally say that if you're not next to the door or you're not in the living room. Because if you're in the living room, it will just flash open green like that, and then you just go in, like, or unless they need a specific person. Otherwise, it's open all the time for you just to go in and chat to someone. But I specifically wanted Big Brother to call me out, so everyone heard that it was just me going in. And every now and then you get given a task when you go in there, and all the stuff is already there on the chair when you go in, and it's like a laminated bit of paper. I wanted a laminate bit of paper. I wanted to give myself a task without everyone knowing that it wasn't actually a task. So when you go into Big Brother, you're all advised you have to read the full welcome pack that's on the table of all the do's and don'ts. So it was, luckily for me, it was a binder, and everyone in there was just hole punched into this binder. So I took a sheet out when no one was looking, and I went up to the diary room, and there was a mat there, and I put it under the thing, and I pressed the button, and I ran off. And half an hour later, because people think it's instantaneous as well that you get called in, you don't. It's whenever they're ready to talk to you, unless you've obviously cut yourself or something. But I just pressed it and run off, and I was sitting by the pool, and then it went, would Jack come to the diary room? So I made a big point of letting everyone know I'm going in. I was like, I'll be back in a sec. And as I went, I'm going into the room, and I just quickly picked up the sheet and went in. And Big Brother was like, hello, Jack, what would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about today? And I was like, nothing really, just wanted a quick little chat, blah, blah, blah. So they're obliged to do that. 10 minutes went by. I walked out, and then I gathered everyone round. I was like, guys, oh, sorry, hang on. And I was looking at the thing. I was like, oh, actually, I'm not supposed to read this out. I was like, no one's allowed to look at this. Apparently, if you look at this, you'll be gone, really. And everyone else was in the same boat thinking we're gone, that's actually our opportunity gone. Yeah. So they didn't want to. So I went and hid it. But then I walked to the bathroom. They obviously now think, fuck, he's got a secret task. Like, what's going on here? I walked to the bathroom, and I got 2 toilet rolls that was just there. And I walked up to the bitchiest, most horrible woman that was in the house that no one liked. She was a attention-seeking, horrible little creature. And I walked up to her.
Was it Cher Lloyd?
No, it wasn't. But I walked up to her, and I made a point of everyone watching. I went, Big Brother, number 1. And I'm looking at the cameras, and I just wrapped her from head to toe in this toilet roll. I went, number 1, like that. And she was going, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, you'll find out Friday. And Friday is when the eviction was. Yeah.
Right.
So everyone was like, what? What the fuck? And I went, who wants this second one? Like that. I went, I can't decide. I'm playing up to the cameras. And they're all going, nah, fuck that. And I'm walking up to like flirting around with who I'm going to do. And then I was like, nah, I'll wait, like that. And then I went and put it under my pillow. And for the rest of the week, everyone just loved me because no one wanted to be that second person. They thought that they were nominated or something. It meant nothing. And then I thought, see, if I'm on the TV, I'm making this interesting for people on my own accord. Yeah, I'll probably get voted out by the public because I'm being vindictive and snidey, but that's what I would want to see from a show like that.
Definitely.
And then on the Friday, I went back just before we left. To tell you the truth, I'd actually forgotten about it for the last 2 days. I completely forgot I did it. And then Louis Spencer's nephew was in there, and I got on with him, and we were sat around the pool like a day before we were due to go. Little did we know we were going, but he went, what was that? What's that thing? Like, is that tonight then? And I went, oh, fuck. Like, so I ran and got the sheet, and I gathered everyone around the pool, and I went, Jack wasn't even handed a secret task, blah, 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 blah. And I just read it out and just said exactly what I'd done. And they were all like, oh, you bastard, you absolute bastard. Well, a couple of people then didn't like me from that moment on because they were like, you're just a lying little snide. But I didn't really care.
The game, isn't it?
The power was in my hands. But yeah. But it's funny because then when I did my first interview with Ricky Gervais, he started slagging off people that go on Big Brother. And he's like, people do anything to be famous. I was like, yeah,
who would do
God.
that?
Tell me about it, Rick. Oh, too much.
But you weren't on the real Big Brother anyway. You were a guinea pig.
Yeah, that's what it turned out to be. It was a guinea pig thing. So basically, at the end, we had an executive producer. We had a meeting with the executive producer, and we had to give the goods and the high points and the low points of the house, what worked, what didn't. And then they made them changes before the launch that was later on to be 2 weeks.
So you didn't know you were the guinea pig?
We found out from that moment that we were a guinea pig, and that was guttering because you thought, oh, I've just done this whole week for nothing.
But looking back on it, are you glad that you didn't go in?
100% the best thing that could have ever happened because I got to experience it.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to be fame. I was fame hungry, but later on I didn't seem like that because I'm not. I'd always be. Oh, you were that YouTuber that was on Big Brother, and I don't want to be known as that. I want to succeed on my own right.
Not necessarily. Sam Pepper was known as that, and now he's known as a molester. So
yeah,
you had options.
Yeah.